I found out my wife was sleeping with her boss, so I sent a cake to her office with their picture on it. My wife and I had been married for 5 years, and for the first 4 of them, I would have sworn we had a perfect marriage. I'm 32, she's 30. No kids, good careers, a beautiful home we bought together, and a future that seemed rock solid. But in the past year, it was like she became a completely different person. When we met, we both already had career paths. I had gone to trade school and worked my way up in the tech field. Low-level jobs, bad managers, insane expectations. But eventually, I built a reputation that mattered more than a degree. My wife, on the other hand, has a master's degree and works in management. Early in our relationship, we used to joke about being friendly rivals. I complained about incompetent middle managers. She'd defend them. But it was playful, balanced. Somewhere along the way, that balance broke. I noticed she started treating my lack of a university degree like a character flaw. Before the wedding, she pushed me to go back to school, but when I showed her how much debt it would create, she backed off. For years, that tension disappeared, or so I thought. Then, about 2 years ago, I landed a job under a CEO who valued my skill, not my paperwork. My income shot up 50% more than hers. My manager is genuinely a great guy, someone who trusts me and respects my work. Our marriage was good. Our routines were good. Our connection felt real. And then the lockdowns happened. We both switched to remote work, each with our own home office. I still dressed up every morning to get into the work mindset. She, meanwhile, started treating work from home like a cozy vacation. Sweatpants, casual vibe, loud calls with her door open, mobile games between emails. At first, I thought it was harmless, but little things began to add up. She insisted I was hiding something because I closed my door during my daily team call. She brushed off our hobbies, saying we were around each other all day anyway. And when her office partially reopened, she practically sprinted back. That's when things really changed. Suddenly, she was staying late, grabbing drinks with coworkers, hanging out at someone's place. Every time I asked who she was with or what they were doing, she became vague, even irritated. She was drifting away from me day by day, inch by inch. Eventually, it felt like I was living with a roommate, not a wife. And then, one weekend, she handed me her old iPad. She said she wanted to give it to her niece and asked me to wipe it clean. I'd done this countless times for family, so I didn't think twice. She left for another one of her work gatherings. I turned on the iPad, and there it was. Her messages, her photos, her videos. 2 months of her sleeping with her boss. I can't put into words what that moment felt like. It wasn't like anger or sadness or shock. It was like my blood turned cold, like something inside me just shut off. I copied everything and backed it up. Then I called a lawyer. The lawyer told me to stay calm, keep collecting evidence, and say nothing. For a month, I lived beside her like a ghost. She didn't notice or didn't care. We weren't sharing a bed anyway. I hired a private investigator, gathered every bit of proof, and my lawyer prepared divorce papers. And then, I snapped. One night, she came home late, laughing about something. I don't even remember what she said. I just blurted out, "I hope screwing your boss was worth it." Her entire face changed. She turned cruel, mocking, said I wasn't a real man, that I wasn't her intellectual equal, said I relaxed at home all day, even though I was earning most of our income. Said she knew I wouldn't leave her because she'd get half my salary anyway. She even laughed, and said, "It's the 21st century, honey. A woman can have her cake and eat it too." That line is what pushed everything over the edge. The next morning, I took a week off work. My boss approved it immediately. I slept in my office on the couch. She left early, didn't say goodbye, didn't come home. I went to my lawyer. He had the papers ready. He asked me how I wanted them delivered. And that's when I told him my idea. He told me not to do it. He warned me judges hate spectacles. Said it might cost me financially. But I didn't care. I was done, beyond done. So I ordered something I'd never bought before. A customizable cake with any image printed on the icing. I sent the court documents with a professional process server and the cake. The server later told me what happened. He walked in her office, set the big box on a table, and asked for her by name. She came over, laughing with a small group of coworkers. He opened the box. On the cake was a picture of her and her boss in an embrace, fully clothed but unmistakably intimate. And on top, written in frosting, "Since you want your cake, eat it." Everyone gasped. She screamed. 8 employees saw it. Her boss immediately shut down their relationship, ordered her to speak to him only by email, and warned her never to enter his office alone again. Her friends, 3 women she'd gotten close to, instantly turned on her. Publicly, loudly. HR never got involved because nobody wanted drama, but her reputation was ruined. She didn't come home that night, but her mother texted me that she'd be staying there. For a few hours, I felt amazing. Then I started worrying I'd mess something up legally. But the story wasn't over. Update 1. My boss gave me 2 weeks off instead of 1. I stabilized financially, moved my half of our savings, changed mortgage auto payments, froze account my lawyer told me to freeze. We have no kids, so it was simple. I also started therapy, twice a week. It's helping more than I expected. My wife eventually emailed me asking to talk. My lawyer insisted it happen either in his office or with witnesses present. She didn't have a lawyer yet, so we met at the house with 2 mutual friends and all our phones recording. She tried to hug me. I raised a hand and hit record. She cried. She apologized. She said she felt like she wasn't living her own life, that she got caught up with the wrong people, that it felt exciting. She said the 3 coworkers she bonded with, 2 divorced, 1 bitter, all older, had been feeding her garbage. They psychoanalyzed me behind my back, called me insecure and beta, and told her she deserved a dominant man. They told her I'd never leave her, even if she cheated. And now, those same women were blackmailing her. They wanted $5,000 each for their silence. They gave her a deadline. She begged me for help. I told her she needed to go to HR immediately and expose everything, including her boss, herself, and the 3 coworkers, because paying once means paying forever. She hesitated, terrified. And then she asked, "What about us? Can we fix this?" I said, "There is no us anymore." The marriage was dead. She needed a lawyer. She left crying. Update 2. A week has passed. I'm back at work, still in therapy, and I might be getting a dog, a rare Asian breed I discovered while driving through the countryside last weekend. My wife finally hired a lawyer. Mine told me I have to agree to reasonable requests, like attending 1 session with a family therapist just to appear cooperative for court. I don't want reconciliation. I just want this over with. But the court wants to see I'm reasonable. So I'll do it. What would you do in his shoes? Como olvido. And don't forget to subscribe for more shocking Reddit stories.